correctly.
I'm down what you got. Better be good. I only got so much time on this plane, so make it count. Now, if we know and love each other, chances are we've probably already collaborated. But I'm getting older now, and real projects worth doing take time off your life. And not just your age, but the time away from the people you love, like your family. Now, I'm at a point in my life where if collaboration can't help me grow both economically and spiritually, then quite frankly, I got other stuff to do. With that said, collaboration happens all the time. Even the collaboration between my time and the money that pays for it. Making the right business decisions is all about healthy collaboration. Constantly. It never ends.
Collaborating is extremely vital in my creative journey.
For us, it's everything.
Collaboration is basically essential, and it is built upon a foundation called the mastermind principle.
Collaboration is probably one of the most important, joyous things.
Yo, that shit is like the most effective way to get anything done.
And in fact, the spirit of collaboration is what makes successful projects yield big profits.
I don't have a project out that's just me, you know. Everything I do is collaborative. I'm a very collaborative type of artist.
It's vibing, it's creating what I call the gestalt effect, or for us sweet tooth motherfuckers, the Reese's effect, where chocolate and peanut butter come together and make something way more awesome.
If one brain is tackling one problem, the pace is this fast. If two brains are tackling the same problem, the pace is much quicker.
Hey, if we can't collaborate, chances are we won't generate.
It's up to you to recognize red flags. Now, how you decide to deal with them is like the next, you know, I guess the next evolution. But you got to recognize them as red flags off tops and not something else. You're not imagining things. They're red flags, though.
Now, the mark of a successful venture is to be able to work hard and play at the same time. Sharing, caring, preparing, and sharing again. With lots of mistakes along the way. But if we can't collaborate, we won't be good problem solvers together.
Especially if it requires a lot of time and effort from me, like over a sustained period of time. Like, I have to have something in it that's gonna like get the juices flowing and like keep me up at night a little bit, like, or else fuck the money.
I truly believe that harmonics are very important. That third thing that is essential after collaboration, or however many people get together and do it. It's that harmony.
Now keep in mind, all business is a collaboration, especially when there's creative problems to solve, or problems to solve creatively.
All art is a collaboration. Even if you do everything yourself, you still need someone to see the work. The artist and the audience, that's the ultimate collaboration. That's the real point of being an artist.
You know, it's just that energy, like the raw energy and exchange between people in real time, you know, and I'm getting to see like how you are reacting to what it is that we've created, and I get to like even manipulate it like even more, you know what I mean, blow it up and accentuate it and make the experience even more, you know, real and tangible for you and whatever loved ones you might have brought through to see this. And then that accentuates my performance. So that is like definitely like a straight real-time collaboration.
Because when you're collaborating with your audience, you're collaborating with the people who appreciate what it is that you're doing.
I feel more home on stage than I do, you know, out in the world.
And I really appreciate when someone comes to me with that kind of excitement. They're saying that they're inspired by me and they want to mix it up. That something I do moves something in them to do something too. I have nothing but full gratitude for this sort of passion, and it's well received.
Work with other people who are better than you, who do things you can't do. Being part of a band means you make music that you would not be able to make by yourself.
It serves a great many purposes for me. Like it helps me keep things in perspective. It helps keep my head out of my ass. It helps me not take myself so seriously. It helps me, take other people's perceptions into account.
I love that there's other people that can bring something and you can kind of bounce ideas off of each other. Now, how are you going to grow? How are you going to get that photographer or that stylist and they're going to bring that flavor to it?
I really like collaboration. I spend so much time by myself that I really value interaction with other people. Plus, I can only think so much, but when you mesh brains with another human, you can think twice as much and be twice as creative and twice as imaginative.
At its core, animation is a collaborative medium. Everybody comes together and it's like this one big party. It's like a party.
It's about taking something that a person did and then you put your stuff in, it makes it better. And then that person puts something else, and the color comes in and it makes that better. And before you know, you have this whole project that looks a whole lot better than anyone ever thought of.
You know, I come up with a lot of great ideas, but a lot of times they ain't as great as I think they are. You know what I'm saying? And so bouncing them off of somebody and then they process them and then they throw them back at me makes them even greater.
You may not be as well-rounded as you think you are. No, we all think that we're pretty grounded, but unless you get out there and experience other people and thoughts, you're not going to be able to experience and get that information and learn and grow.
I love collaborating if I'm going to get my art elevated, if I'm going to help somebody actualize their vision, or if it's going to pay me. And they're all different things that would be great if they could be, in concert.
Yeah.
I have my intention in place too, which is a great power, and as a steward of that power, eventually I'm going to have to return it. So as a physical being on this plane of existence, I require proper compensation for my time and space, as well as my abilities and skills that facilitate my life and the ability to serve others. And so should you. And this is why it's important to have your game and abilities tight, because you command people how to treat you. You do not demand of them. And that's the line between telling people what's up or showing them what's up.
I love collaborating with people who are organized and focused and driven. Like, to me, I know enough geniuses out there. Like, they're everywhere. I mean, there's like the streets of Hollywood are littered with homeless geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be a creative genius really doesn't hold that much weight with me anymore. I'll take an organized, dedicated, committed artist, whose stuff is alright, and I can see that there's room for growth. I'll collaborate with them quicker than I'll collaborate with the sloppy genius, or the irresponsible, or the diva, or the martyr complexed out, genius. Like, I'm good on that. Like, I've dealt with that enough.
The business side of whatever the craft is extremely important to me. Too many times, we hear about artists and being flighty, and they don't want to think about the growth or the money side of it, and that's just as important as the actual craft itself. If you aren't thinking about how you're going to get paid, you know what I mean, and keep moving forward too, then you're just a hobbyist. You're just playing. You're having a good time, and you may be good at it, but to me, you're not really looking to climb that ladder, move forward, keep it moving like a lot of people are. And those are the people that I want to work with.
Where is your level of art? Therefore your preparedness to what your job is.
Now I approach every request like they have a budget in mind. But sometimes the funnest collaborations don't have budgets at all.
It has to appeal to my heart. I can only be invested in things where at least I have a little bit of heart stake in it. Like, I have to feel it. I have to feel it.
When you jam like that, you talk about enjoyment, that enjoyment of loving something. At that point, it's not even about being paid at that point. It's just about coming up with a project that's so beautiful that all you can do is sit back and look at it over and over again and think, I can't believe we pulled that off.
It's got to feel good if the artist or the collaborator has a lot to offer creatively, stylistically. It'll be fun. For me personally, I love to make music, I love to make art. I like to do things that are different, new, and vibrant that, enrich me, and then seeing the stuff happen. The final product, come to fruition. I enjoy that a lot.
Money's important getting around in this world, but as far as collaboration is concerned, I suppose it's if I like you or not. And whether or not I believe in the thing.
When you all have a joint intention to create something to further all of your growth, there's something else that's there that happens when you pay with your energies and your talents. Money's always nice and will not be turned down, but when you get a group of people that you know, put together their superpowers and create something that just blows everybody away. I mean, that's payment enough, you know, just to see everybody going, oh, that's awesome, you know, like, you know, what a greater feeling.
At the end of it, you've got content. When it's over, that content will move people. It will you will affect people's lives with it. You will inspire people. You get them to think about things, or to think about things differently, or to give them a glimpse into, you know, whatever your dream is. You know, you're taking your dream and you're packaging it up and you're putting it out on people and saying, look what I had in my head.
So money is not always important. It's whether I give a shit.
And they don't always need to last that long. And sometimes you need those moments, you need those times to spark everything else that does generate revenue from this point on.
It's important to remind yourself that, you know, why you do it, and for things to stay fun, and also to have, you know, like low risk, low commitment collaborations, you know, just to get in and out and like, bam, like cool. You got to remember to stay a creator.
Because in the bigger picture, inspiration from collaboration can be the number one thing to generate capital as well.
I see that the end game has like you know, a measurable result that falls in line with what I'm trying to accomplish for myself and my family and my close collaborators. Then that's another plus. That's another check in the positive column.
And that's kind of the point of everything. It's like when you do anything, you should be able to enjoy not just the labor, but the fruits of it.
And who you choose to collaborate with can be just as important as when and what you choose to eat.
I really think collaboration is good sometimes, but not all the time. I think it's good for you to develop your own style or universe and your own themes, but also understand that it is important to have some type of mind melding with another human being.
Know where to draw your boundaries, you know, and how you will allow your collaborators to influence you. Know how far to let them in, how close you'll let them in to the core of your work, and where you're going to draw the line at. That's very important to maintain your identity in the midst of a collaboration, and also be able to advocate for yourself and stand your ground. You know, if you're dealing with collaborators who have very strong opinions and personalities, just know where to draw the line with those types.
Filling all your fires and keeping it all moving takes an eclectic range of an electric, artistic, and economic sustenance exchange between all parties involved. Say that 10 times real fast.
I mean, look at Marvel Comics, DC Comics, all those studios. They have multiple people working on stuff. I mean, every part of the process, different letterer, different colorist, inker, penciler, layout artist, like there's so many different brains that go into making these awesome pieces, and those people can focus and they can really put all their energy, which is why they look so awesome.
The less in love I am or we are in the project, the more money it costs.
I mean, that should be a scale. We should make a graph that literally shows the numeric value and relationship between fun for pay and like find some identifying factors on the graph, and then we can, if not sell it, at least laugh about it in the studio.
I think that graph exists up here every day in every conversation we have with one another.
It looks like the Mayan calendar, only it's angrier.
Broken.
The way it moves. You've got those three, you know what I mean? Snake bite? I know you do.
So when someone wants to collaborate, thank them for the compliment. And if they're new in your life, just ask them, how can they facilitate the collaboration in order to get the fullest from the time and the energy invested?
You could do a project to its perfection, and that might be more than is necessary. And that might not be an artistic consideration. That might be a contextual thing and another way of looking at it.
That's the constant war, uphill battle we're fighting, you know, is trying to stay as prepared for the person that we don't know we're going to meet, or and you never know where it's going to come from. We've been both fortunate and unfortunate in a lot of times where, you know, we're over-prepared for something, and
Sure.
It's like, man, we spent so much time in the studio working on this, and we didn't do shit with it, you know, where nobody's taking notice, or it's not in front of the right people. We have so much media, we don't even know what to do with it. Being prepared, you know, with as much as you possibly can for whoever it is you're going to meet, whoever it is whatever opportunity they're going to offer you, and hope that they like what you have to present.
sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't, and out of that, sometimes great things happen and sometimes they don't. But I can definitely say more times than not, I have benefited absolutely from collaborating.
So collaboration is very important.
So choose wisely, but don't be afraid to fuck up from time to time, because that's the process to success.
It's like heaven on earth.
Thanks for watching Full Media Commandos Countermeasures.
Let's go rumbling!
I only supply information and perspectives from as many sources as possible. Because if you're a commando, it's all about staying alive and keeping it moving. And for that, you're going to need every resource at your disposal. So take what you need and go out and succeed. If you like our videos, hit the like button or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr. And make sure you subscribe on YouTube. I'd like to thank the following contributors for their participation in our movement and collective growth. We'll be featuring more of them and other creative guests in future episodes. Keep evolving, Commandos.
Let's go rumbling!
I wanted to give it to myself on that line. It's like, hey, deliver that line. Deliver that line in one breath with no problem, without stuttering or sounding like a jackass. Go ahead, ready? Do it, dude. Do it. Remember, there's always more than one way to draw a line. Art, lifestyle, business. Full Media Commandos.